Hello everyone, we're back, and in this video we're going to be talking about the 5 finalists of the Czech national selection, which is ESCZ. My name is Ervin, and I'm joined today by Marco, by Anne, and Kyle. Let's start this review video with the song Happy, which is performed by Markéta Irglová.
I quite like the song for the vibe of it, but I don't think that's the right choice for Czech Republic. This could be easily very forgettable at Eurovision with 100% televoting in the semi-final. But you can feel that the song is very honest and very pure for what it is. But without a jury, this has no chance to qualify. And it's a shame because Markéta seems like a lovely woman. I don't think this will be very competitive, and it's quite linear, the song, and repetitive as she tells, but you remember that she's very happy about it. But I don't resonate that much with the song. Doesn't mean that I'm unhappy. But I don't think that's the right choice for Czech Republic.
Yeah, I kind of got to agree with there, Marco, to be honest. It felt like she's so talented, right? She's won an Oscar. She's got a great backstory, a great, musician. You can tell she is. And I'm just so disappointed that this is what we have. Like you said, linear was a really good way to describe this, actually. And yeah, it seems like she's spending 3 minutes telling us she's happy. And I really don't get the vibe that she is. Like, it feels a bit more like therapy. And I wanted so much more, and I feel she's capable of so much more, and that's what's frustrating. I agree that in a televote only, this would get barely 3 or 4 points, I think. This has no chance, sadly, and I really, she was an Icelandic selection before. I hope she can come back with the Czech selection with a stronger song, because she's got a great talent behind her, but for this one, no, it doesn't make me happy. Sorry.
I just gotta add that, like, even though it is very linear, as Marco mentioned, this song is just like so ridiculously well produced regardless. And like, even though it's not my cup of tea, but I do also feel that like there's a certain charm that like I just can't explain. Let's score it out of 10. Marco?
Sadly, it's a 5.
Anne?
She's got all the gear, but no idea. It's a 4.
Kyle?
I'm going to continue the trajectory here and go for 3.
Oh, wow. I'll go a little bit more up, and I'll go with a 5 as well. The second song was also performed second. It's Ghosting by Pam Rabbit.
Now, I really like this song. You get kind of Wednesday Addams vibe about it when she's doing all the choreo. It's sort of TikTok ready, let's say. And she put on a performance, which was great. Her vocals were great. She made us forget it was being held in a cupboard. The whole thing just came across as really professional and really slick. I much preferred it to her previous entry as well. I just think she was, like I said, performance ready with it, with the choreo and the backing dancers and the outfits, and loved it. Yeah, loved it.
See, I love how this song has like an instant hook with it, with the chorus, because it's like so very memorable, and it's the easiest of the 5 to just like immediately sing along to it. And I believe that Pam is one of the best vocalists in the Czech Republic, so it kind of goes without saying that like she was vocally great. And I also love that during the performance, she also gave us a little bit of attitude on stage, and she knew at every single moment which camera was on her, and she knew how to work with that. And the whole thing just like looked as professional as it could. And I believe like, should she win, with a couple of tweaks here and there in the song, and the performance needs like obviously elevating a little bit more, I think she could actually do quite well. And I do agree with you, and this is, I believe, her best song of the 3 in ESCZ. Let's score Ghosting out of 10. Marco?
It's one of my favorites, so I'm giving it a 7.
Anne?
I love it, but I might like one better. It's an 8.
Kyle?
Yeah, I like it. 6.
I'll give it a 9. The third song we're going to be discussing is one of the biggest fan favorites, and that is My Sister's Crown, performed by Vesna.
This song gives everything that you would expect from a song called My Sister's Crown. It's going where the Armenian genealogy didn't quite go. It's taking it to the level that it should have been. It's got the multicultural band members. They are singing incredible lyrics to the situation that Europe is finding itself in at the moment, and it is really bringing together the sisterhood. I was a bit worried it was going to be the hottest of messes because the studio is slick, but honestly, live I thought they were great. There's, as you probably know, there's a Bulgarian, there's Czech, there's Ukrainian, there's Russian in the band, and you can feel all of those ethnicities coming together in the song, and it's got such a powerful message. And I was completely hooked the first time I heard it, completely, and I haven't stopped playing it. I think it's great.
I think I will disagree a little bit with you, Anne. I was super excited with this one because I love the studio track of the song, and my expectations were really high about this one, but I think live it wasn't that powerful. The rap part sounded a bit too aggressive and a little bit too in your face, and I don't think the mix of the voices sound great to me. It's a little bit weak, but luckily there is no jury in the semifinal for Eurovision this year, and for me this is 100% qualifier with the televoting. But I'm afraid it will look very messy on stage.
I just think when it gets to the big stage, it might sort of elevate it, and they'll have more room to go around and do things.
I'm hoping.
Tiny space.
I'm hoping, but my only concern is it really gives me the vibes of Daughter of Reykjavik from the Icelandic selection last year, and that one was a really hot mess.
Yeah.
But I really like the song. I think it's the best song from the selection, and it has a lot of potential.
Who knew that the only Ukrainian language would be from the Czech Republic this year?
Yeah.
Let's score Vesna's song out of 10. Marco?
It's a 7.
And?
It's a 9. A couple of little tweaks needed.
Kyle?
Yeah, bits to work on, but I believe they can. 9.
I'll give it an 8. Two more to go. Let's continue with the only guy in the competition, and that is Rodan and his song Introvert Party Club.
Yeah, this was actually a really pleasant end to the Czech show. I didn't have that high expectations of it. It kind of passed me by on the studio, but I thought he actually performed it really well and elevated what is a fairly simple song into something quite captivating, quite catchy. I think it probably benefited from being the only male artist in the lineup, and that made him stand out even a bit more. But I think he did a really good job with it. It's very catchy. It's a bit Nordic. I think I mentioned that at the time that if we were in Denmark, then this would win over Vesna, as Vesna would have steered off the Danes a little bit and go for safety. But I didn't mean that in the bad thing. It's very competent. It's well done. He's got a great message, and it felt very genuine and authentic. It didn't feel just produced in a studio and given to him. It felt like it really was his song, which in a song like this, I think you do need to cut through and get that authenticity out there. So yeah, a pleasant surprise, and one that would, if Vesna don't win, I think would make a good backup winner, in my opinion.
Yeah, I had a chance to speak to all 5 of the finalists, and Rodan actually told me that this is actually his personal story in the song Introvert Party Club. And apart from that, I think that this kind of music would literally find its place in any radio station across Europe. The only issue with this type of music that like immediately makes you move and makes you feel like completely chill is that you don't actually pay that much attention to the lyrics. And as Kyle mentioned before me, this song has a really, really strong message, like personal. And I think it's important also to say how well Rodan performed this song on that stage. And like he really did the best that he can with this song, and he actually really looked like he was having fun over there.
I would like to say though, just to pick up on something else Carl said, is it's radio friendly, and that could be its downfall. It could, you know, he almost sort of tended to go into the Malik Harris kind of area, and that would worry me a little bit. So he'd need to sort of up his game if he did get to go to Liverpool.
Funnily enough, that's the song that he told me that it really stood out for him in last year's Eurovision.
Oh no.
Let's score Introvert Party Club out of 10. Marco?
I don't love it, I don't hate it, but I really like the message of the song, so it's a 6 for me.
And?
7 for me, extra 1 for the beanie.
Kyle?
I'm going to go 8 for this one.
I'm going to go 8 as well. She opened ESCZ, but she's going to be the last one we're going to be discussing tonight. It's Maella with Flood.
The main thing about this performance I remember is the fact that how cheap a piano rental must be in Prague, because she only used it for about 3 seconds and then she was off. So money to burn, I say. I'll have to remember that if I go there for a cheap piano. Having said that, that was a bit the bit that sort of intrigued me the most. It just felt so. What is this? It felt like gravy that wasn't thick enough, if that makes sense. It felt just like water, like slightly dirty water, but not really dirty water. I don't know. It kind of just. It didn't grab me, and it was an opening to the show, and you don't want a song like that. It felt a little bit under-rehearsed, and it felt just a little bit, probably nervous, I'll give her that, but it just didn't feel like a song worthy of being there against the other 4, even if I say that. I don't want to sound too horrible, but I just felt so underwhelmed, and it didn't get me going at all. I was literally looking around being like, what is happening in front of us? She can do better than that. I know she can, and yeah, sorry, I was just not taken with it at all. Really, just not for me.
She's the one who's been to Eurovision before, so she should do better. She's only a friend, but she just it was breathy and wispy, and like you said, watery as well. Watery because it was called Flood, maybe, but. She had an amazing outfit on, and I loved. She had these little like diamonds around her eyes. It looked really cool, and the big old boots and everything. I thought she looked fabulous. But dear God, can anybody remember even a second of it? It was just the weirdest song to have as an opener. You want something to get the old crowd in the mood. I mean, there wasn't much of a crowd, but you need something to sort of start the party going, and that was. I don't want to say it was dreary because she was obviously having a lovely time, but it wasn't for me.
I quite like her voice, but I think the problem with the song is that she leaves you unsatisfied. Through the whole song, it kind of gives you the feeling that something will happen, but it doesn't. The only thing I remember of the song is that clappy moment, where it kind of had like 3 seconds of the song, but that's all. I don't remember anything from the song, but this kind of has a little bit of staging potential maybe, but that song is very forgettable.
See, now when you mentioned the clapping moment, I was like, when was that?
I think it was right after the first chorus.
Says everything then.
Pretty much. Let's score Flood out of 10. Marco?
A 5.
And?
A 3.
Kyle?
A 3.
I'll join the bandwagon. 3. As you can all see, the favorite of the four of us are Vesna with My Sister's Crown, who scored 33 points, followed by Pam Rabbit in second with 30, and Rodan in third with 29 points. Now, this was all based on our personal music tastes and our own opinions, but let's think generally now, and let's try and predict who is going to win. Marco?
Vesna for sure.
Yeah, 100%. There's been such a buzz around Vesna. There's some of it good, some of it bad, but there's no such thing as bad publicity. Vesna for sure.
Kyle?
Yep, agree. 3 out of 3 for Vesna here. I think that being 70% international voting and 30% Czech is also going to help Vesna got that international flavour and vibe from different backgrounds. So I think, hopefully, it's the right choice, I think, for the Czech Republic, and I think that they will win.
I agree. I also think that Vesna would win, even though I would maybe tiny bit more prefer Pam Rabbit. But yeah. Thank you all guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel if you want to watch more review videos like this one, and also to keep up to date with all of our interviews with national final entrants as well as with Eurovision entrants. And make sure to go on ESCZ2023.com and vote for your favorite, because in this national final, your vote is going to count. Thank you very much, Marco and Kyle, for joining me. And we're all going to see you very soon with our next reaction video. Bye, everyone.